I thought selling my soul would be easier. I really thought selling my soul would be so much easier. You always hear stories, especially from people on the internet, that people make deals with other beings to sell their mortal soul. Stories about singers and actors making those type of deals with demons, angels, witches, and sorcerers to make them more popular, rich, and better at their craft. A bunch of propagandistic bullshit. I have been trying to sell my soul since I turned 18. I'm 23 now, and no one wants to buy it. I don't want fame or notoriety. I don't want to be richer. I have a nice paying job and live pretty well. And my craft is just me playing video games for fun. Not really a talent if I say so myself. So why do I want to sell my mortal soul? Quite simple really, my soul is cursed. My entire family on my dad's side is cursed actually. According to my dad, it started as simple transaction. His grandfather was a drunk that would do anything in order to get a bottle of rum. So when Peter, the local businessman, offered a crate of Havana Club in exchange for the souls of him and all his descendants, my great-grandfather took half a second to say yes. So yeah, my soul was cursed by the power of 12 bottles of cheap rum. The deal had some terms and conditions that my great-grandfather obviously didn't read. The terms and conditions were: 1. Your soul belongs to Peter for eternity unless you sell it. You have to have one son by 32 years of age, your son has to have a son, and so on. 3. If you sell your soul, you get out of the curse. 4. It has to be sold. You cannot give it away, it has to be priced fairly, and you cannot trick someone into buying it. If you sell your soul, the curse only stops affecting you, not your ancestors, not your son. 6. If you get out of the curse, you don't have to have a son. 7. If you are out of the curse and you decide to have a son, your son will be affected by the curse. I know what you may be probably thinking, and no, Peter is not the devil. Don't make me get started on that little bitch that you guys call the devil. He wouldn't buy my soul because, on his words, I don't want to overstep on Peter's property. So much for the Prince of Darkness and evil. My dad told my mom about the curse when they got engaged. She supported him all throughout the awful process, but she told me that she couldn't go through it again, and I totally get it. I left my parents' house when I was 18 in order to not make her suffer again. I still talk to her from time to time, mostly on the phone, the occasional birthday and Christmas card, and I went to visit one time and we had dinner. I miss her every day. So, what is gonna happen if I don't get rid of my soul? Basically, at 33, I start to age 5 years every year. By the time I'm 40, I will look nearly 70. But not a healthy 70-year-old, more of an arthritis-ridden, herpes-having, renal insufficiency, smoking his whole life 70-year-old. Then I will start to decompose while being alive, start to smell as rotten flesh, and my organs will start to fall out of every hole in my body, but I will not die. After the decomposing process, I'll eventually die, thank God. The bad news with this is, I will end up in this sort of limbo, not hell, certainly not heaven, just empty. Peter will meet me there, and he will decide if I'm going to get tortured for all eternity by he who you call the devil, or go to heaven. Spoiler alert, Peter is not that benevolent of a guy. My dad is already at the decomposing stage. He's 50 in natural years, but he looks like a walking corpse. His stomach, intestines, right lung, pancreas, and liver are gone. Thankfully, he got his appendix removed when he was a kid, so he cannot lose what he doesn't have. I have tried to sell my soul to everyone and anyone. I already told you about my encounter with the devil. God would not give me an appointment. He said he has other matters to attend. Every minor demon in the 9 circles of hell, they do as the devil say, so no luck there. And I even tried to sell my soul to a fast food corporation. They were very interested, but every price I gave them, they refused. Greedy bastards. So as I'm writing this, I have 10 more good years before the effects start. To be completely honest, I'm scared, but at the same time, I feel free. 10 years where I can get drunk as hell, do drugs, live carefree because I'm as good as dead by 33. But I don't want to do that. I want to live a good, complete life. 2 nights ago, I got an email that really gave me some hope. It came from ponty.buys@scv.vat. I really got excited. God may have not given me a chance, but his disciples on earth are interested. They offered me a divine indulgence, $3,000 a month allowance for the rest of my life, and the entrance to something called Heaven 2.0. I really hope it's a club. As every other offer, I have to check with Peter first. His legal team has to review the offer